I'm very happy to say that Fragments doesn't really fit in any category. This is solo cello music, but it is a piece of theater.
I really like work that lives in the in-between. There won't be any programs available ahead of time, and that's very intentional because we want to create a space where you are in a state of listening and allowing your own free associative process to occur while the music is happening.
You can really access it with your heart.
Everyone's intrigued by this premise, but some are a bit fearful that they don't know enough. You don't need to come at it with any particular knowledge to get everything out of it.
The project comprises 28 composers, Johann Sebastian Bach, plus 27 living composers.
I wanted to assemble the largest pool of composers possible to really celebrate the best of what's being written today from the most wonderfully varied musically and diverse group of people. The youngest is 26 and the oldest is 83. They're in varying stages of career, 9 different nationalities, equally gender balanced. I gave each one the same prompt. I asked them to write 10 minutes of music in 2 or 3 fragments that they would give me permission to divide up between other pieces of new music or between the movements of Bach. There is 1 Bach suite per chapter. So Fragments 1 is Suite 1 complete, although it's all divided up. Each chapter is its own original creation because, of course, it's taking all of these works of the living composers and of Bach and arranging them in a way that is an entirely original arc.
This exists not on a neutral, bare stage, but in concert halls. It will always be a completely different piece wherever it goes.
I fundamentally believe that if it's done well, the balance between a visual sphere manifesting in relationship to music can ultimately elevate the form.
This is not a historical form, it's a living form. It can stand up to these kind of treatments and blossom in ways that we don't understand or haven't seen. I think that's my job as the lighting designer too, to access the music from an emotional perspective and respond visually.
Fragments is the biggest project I've ever conceived of and been part of. My hope is that people will listen with the idea that they're going to go on a wild adventure. Some things will be familiar, some things obviously will not be. Some things will be very moving to them, some might be puzzling. To me, that's very exciting.